It was early in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, when I got the phone call. And I didn't even know at the time how bad it was.
And I woke up that evening to let me know that we may have had our first line of duty death.
July 23rd, 2018 will live with us forever.
I was the acting fire chief for then sitting chief John Butler, who was on a mission trip over in Africa. And they were alerted for a potential house fire from a lightning strike. Nate ultimately, with his crew, decided to extend a hand line in on the first floor, which we later found out was over top of the fire.
And as they entered the first floor, Nate fell through the floor.
He worked hard to get out. He followed his training. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to him quick enough to get him out.
Yeah, we lost Nate. They opened the door and they let me go in and see him. And he was draped with a flag.
I went into his room, and two of his fellow firefighters were in there with him. I, for whatever reason, instinctively grabbed Nate's hand and said a prayer, and turned around and hugged the two firefighters that were there with him.
That was a gut punch. The immediate action was, I have to get home. I have to get home now.
Chief Butler came back. I mean, he wasn't going to stay in Africa. No chief would. He managed to get a flight back somehow.
And we were able to start mobilizing and putting some things in place to take care of Nate's first family as well as his second family, and also the crews that recovered him.
Probably the first week or two, even up through the funeral, was just a blur.
I always knew it, that a line of duty death will impact the organization, but it was also something different to see it in action.
Never did I think hope in my career that I would ever have to knock on the door at 5 o'clock in the morning. And that's what I did. I knocked on the door, told her who I was. She knew right away something was wrong, and told her what happened. And she just said no.
There were a lot of support that came our way.
The National Fallen Firefighters has a lot of really good programs that they have in place for departments to utilize, and they're free. Taking care of our own program is probably one of the most important programs you'll ever have in your fire department. And it doesn't matter if you're a volunteer company of 2 or if you're a fire department of 12,000. It will give you so much solace in making sure that you have that book in front of you.
To this day, I still carry a copy of that in a binder in my car, so it's always with me.
A line of duty death changes the psyche and the identity of an organization. As a fire chief who's experienced a line of duty death, I listen to the radio different. I read different. I build teams different. Peer support is not this secondary or tertiary initiative. It should be brought to the forefront. We need to know how to take care of each other.
Prepare your people. You don't want to have to do that. You don't want to have to be that department that has to knock on that door. But I think if you don't prepare yourselves for it, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to say.
We will never forget. We will honor them every year. We will be here for you. We'll always be here for you. And our goal is to make sure that we take care of our own.